the rhythm of the train is a gentle, rocking cradle that has carried you safely along the coastline of Hokkaido for the past hour. There is a hypnotic cadence to the sound of steel on steel, a steady, rhythmic clatter that seems to whisper a lullaby against the backdrop of the winter afternoon. You are seated comfortably in the warmth of the carriage, your body sinking into the plush fabric of the seat, feeling entirely supported and at rest. Outside your window, the world has been transformed into a painting of indigo and white. The Sea of Japan stretches out to the horizon, its waves rolling in with a slow, heavy grace, looking almost like molten lead under the winter sky. Between the train tracks and the ocean, a thick blanket of untouched snow softens every contour of the landscape. It creates a seamless transition from the dark, churning water to the solid earth, a buffer of pure white that muffles the world and prepares it for sleep. You watch as the flakes continue to fall, large and soft like feathers, drifting down from the heavy clouds with an unhurried ease. They stick to the glass of the window for a fleeting second before melting into tiny rivulets, distorting the view of the passing fishing villages and snow-laden pines into a soft, impressionistic blur. As the train begins to slow, a melodic chime sounds through the cabin, a soft and pleasant tone announcing your arrival. The conductor speaks in a hushed, polite cadence, letting you know that you have reached Otaru. You feel a quiet surge of anticipation, not a rush, but a gentle lifting of the spirit. You have traveled far to see this place, a harbor city known for its history, its glassworks, and the way it glows when the sun goes down. Gathering your coat, you wrap it tight around you. It is a heavy wool, warm and familiar. You step out of the train and onto the platform, and immediately the crisp, clean air of the north greets you. It is cold, certainly, but it is a refreshing cold, the kind that wakes up your senses in the most pleasant way. It smells of salt from the nearby ocean, of pine needles, and of the unique, clean scent of fresh snow. The station itself has a vintage charm, with retro lamps casting a warm, yellow glow against the wooden beams and the deepening twilight. You walk slowly through the station, your boots making a satisfying, muted thud against the floor. There is no need to hurry here. The pace of life in Otaru seems to match the falling snow, steady, peaceful, and deliberate. Emerging from the station building, you step out into the city properly. The sky is darkening now, shifting from the gray of the afternoon to a deep, rich royal blue. The streetlights have just begun to flicker on, amber beacons in the blue dusk. The snow is piled high on the sidewalks, forming walls of white that reach up to your waist, carved out neatly to allow pedestrians to pass. It muffles the sounds of the few cars passing by, making the city feel intimate and quiet. As you walk, you notice the architecture. Unlike the modern steel and glass of the big cities, Otaru is built of stone and brick. There are historic bank buildings and trading houses from the turn of the last century, their heavy masonry standing firm against the elements. They speak of a time when this was a bustling financial hub, but now they stand as silent guardians of the past, their windows glowing with the invitation of cafes and glass studios within. You turn a corner, and there it is, the Otaru Canal. It stretches out before you, a long, gentle curve of water that reflects the history of this northern port. In the warmer months, boats would drift here, but tonight, parts of the surface have frozen over, creating sheets of ice that catch the light. The rest of the water is dark and still, a perfect mirror for the scene above. Lining the canal is a row of old stone warehouses. They are sturdy structures, built from soft gray stone that has weathered decades of harsh winters. Ivy, now dormant and bare, traces intricate patterns across their facades. But it is the light that captures your attention and holds it. Along the walking path, Victorian-style gas lamps stand at regular intervals. As the twilight deepens into night, their flames burn bright and steady. They do not cast the harsh, white light of electricity, but a soft, flickering orange glow. It is a living light, dancing inside the glass housing. The combination of the gas lamps and the snow is mesmerizing. The warm amber light spills onto the white path, creating pools of gold on the ground. It reflects off the icy surface of the canal, shimmering and dancing with the slightest movement of the water. The contrast between the cold blue of the snow and the warm fire of the lamps creates an atmosphere of profound coziness. You feel a sense of shelter, of being protected from the chill by the beauty of the light. You begin to walk along the canal path. The snow here is packed down, offering a firm surface for your steps. The air is still, the wind having died down with the setting sun. All you can hear is the soft crunch of your own footsteps and the distant, muffled sound of a foghorn out in the harbor. It is a sound that speaks of safe arrivals and sturdy ships. As you stroll past the warehouses, you see that many have been converted into shops and restaurants. Through the steamed-up windows, you catch glimpses of warmth inside. You see shelves lined with delicate glassware, another specialty of the region, sparkling under the interior lights. You see people sitting at low tables, their hands wrapped around mugs of steaming coffee or cocoa, their faces relaxed and smiling. The sight warms you from the inside out, but you are content to stay outside for now, to let the winter air kiss your cheeks, and to watch the snow continue its gentle descent. The flakes sparkle as they pass through the halos of the gas lamps, looking like diamond dust suspended in the air. You reach a small bridge that spans the canal and pause to lean against the railing. The metal is cold under your gloved hands, a grounding sensation. Looking down the length of the canal from this vantage point, the view is breathtaking. The line of lamps stretches away into the distance, a string of pearls glowing in the night. The reflection in the water doubles the light, creating a tunnel of warmth in the darkness. It is a scene of perfect balance: fire and ice, stone and water, darkness and light. You take a deep breath, inhaling the purity of the winter night. You let your shoulders drop, releasing any tension you might have been carrying. Here, in the quiet of Otaru, under the gentle watch of the gas lamps, there is nothing you need to do, nowhere you need to be. You are simply a witness to the beauty of the winter, safe and calm. The world slows down until it matches the rhythm of your own breathing. In and out, slow and steady. The peace of the canal settles over you like a heavy, warm quilt, inviting you to let go, to relax, and to drift into the comfort of the night. The journey begins in the quiet coastal city of Otaru, located on the northern island of Hokkaido. The train ride here was a meditation in itself, gliding through white landscapes where the horizon blurred between the snowy fields and the pale sky. Now, as you step out into the crisp evening air, the world seems to have paused, waiting for the sun to complete its slow descent. The temperature is cold, but it is a clean, invigorating cold that wakes up your senses before settling you into a state of deep relaxation. You are bundled in layers of wool and down, feeling protected and warm against the winter chill. You find yourself standing at the edge of the Otaru Canal, a historic waterway that once served as the lifeblood of this trade city. The sky above is transitioning from the pale blue of late afternoon into a deep, velvety indigo. It is that magical time of day known as the blue hour, where the lingering light of the sun meets the approaching night. The air is filled with falling snow, but this is not a wet or heavy storm. It is dry powder, light as feathers, drifting down from the heavens in a slow, hypnotic dance. The accumulation of this dry snow on the rooftops and the ground creates a natural acoustic effect, dampening the sounds of the city until the world feels wrapped in a soft, soundproof blanket. There is a profound silence here, broken only by the rhythmic crunch of your boots on the packed snow path. To your left, massive stone warehouses line the canal. These structures, known as kura, are built from soft, gray volcanic rock, their surfaces textured and weathered by time. They stand as silent sentinels of the past, their solidity offering a sense of permanence and safety. From the eaves of these great stone buildings, thick icicles hang like grand chandeliers. They are clear and sharp, catching the fading light and turning it into glimmering specks of crystal. The architecture is sturdy and grounded, a comforting presence against the ethereal lightness of the falling snow. As the indigo of the sky deepens, The gas lamps along the canal path begin to flicker to life. These are Victorian-style lamps, elegant iron fixtures that hold a living flame. One by one, they bloom with light. The glow they cast is not the harsh white of modern electricity, but a soft, warm orange. This amber light spills onto the snow and reflects in the dark, glossy waters of the canal below. The contrast is breathtaking. The deep blue of the twilight sky and the warm orange of the gas lamps create a visual harmony that feels soothing to the eyes. The water in the canal is calm, acting as a mirror that doubles the beauty of the scene, creating a tunnel of warmth amidst the winter landscape. You walk slowly along the promenade, taking your time. There is no rush here. The snowflakes catch on your eyelashes and melt against your cheeks, a gentle kiss from the winter night. You watch the flames in the lamps dance behind the glass, casting long, shifting shadows that play across the cobblestones. The atmosphere is nostalgic and romantic, a moment suspended in time. Other travelers pass by, but they too are hushed by the beauty, speaking in whispers, or simply smiling in shared appreciation of the peace that permeates the air. The cold eventually prompts you to seek warmth, and you turn toward one of the renovated stone warehouses. The heavy wooden door swings open with a solid, welcoming weight, and you step inside. The transition is instant. The biting cold is replaced by an enveloping warmth. The interior of the warehouse has been transformed into a charming dining space. The walls are the same exposed volcanic stone, but now they are illuminated by low, golden lighting. Massive timber beams cross the ceiling, darkened by age and history. The air inside is rich with savory aromas. You smell the deep, briny scent of fresh seafood and the comforting aroma of toasted sesame and soy. You are guided to a quiet table in the corner, nestled beside a window that looks out onto the snowy canal. You settle into the chair, unbuttoning your heavy coat and letting the heat of the room seep into your muscles. You order a hot meal, perhaps a bowl of steaming soup or a plate of the local grilled fish. As you wait, you look out the window. The glass is framed by frost, but through the clear center, you can see the gas lamps glowing bravely in the night. The snow is falling harder now, thick flakes that look like cotton balls tumbling from the sky. Inside, the sounds are gentle. The clinking of ceramic cups, the murmur of quiet conversation, and the soft hum of warmth. You feel a deep sense of contentment wash over you. The meal arrives, hot and nourishing, warming you from the inside out. After you have eaten, you linger for a moment, sipping a cup of hot roasted tea. Your body feels heavy and relaxed. The tension of travel completely melted away. The walk back to your accommodation is short, a dreamy stroll through a world that has turned into a snow globe. The city of Otaru sleeps under its blanket of white, and soon you will too. The image of the orange gas lamps glowing against the indigo sky remains in your mind, a beacon of calm guiding you toward a restful, deep sleep. The morning light in Otaru is soft and diffused, filtering through the paper screens of your room in a pale, milky wash. You wake slowly, feeling deeply rested after the quiet solitude of the previous night. The heaviness of sleep clings pleasantly to your limbs, but the promise of the snowy city calls you to rise. You dress warmly, layering wool against the chill, and step out into the crisp, invigorating air. The snow has stopped falling for the moment, leaving the world covered in a pristine, untouched blanket of white that muffles the sounds of the city, turning Otaru into a hush of winter stillness. Your path today leads you away from the canal and toward the historic Sakemachi Street. The walk is peaceful, your boots crunching rhythmically on the packed snow. The street is lined with preserved merchant buildings, their stone and brick facades standing sturdy against the elements, remnants of a time when this port was a bustling center of trade. Now they house quiet shops and cafes, inviting passers-by to step in from the cold. As you walk, you notice a small gathering of people near the intersection, looking up at a tall, bronze structure standing proudly on the corner. It is the steam clock, a rare and beautiful timepiece gifted from halfway across the world. You join the small crowd, waiting in the stillness. The clock is an intricate piece of machinery, its gears turning silently behind glass, marking the passage of time not with urgency, but with grace. Suddenly, the clock comes to life. A low, melodic whistle emerges from the bronze pipes, a song that resonates deep within your chest. It is a slow, comforting tune that floats through the cold air. Then, with a soft hiss, the clock exhales. Ghostly puffs of white steam rise from the top, billowing upward to join the gray clouds above. The steam dances against the cold air, swirling and fading like a fleeting thought. Watching the steam rise and dissipate is hypnotic, a gentle reminder of the rhythm of breath, in and out, slow and steady. Leaving the clock behind, you turn your attention to the grand brick building that sits just beyond it. This is the Otaru Music Box Museum, a place that holds the magic of melody within its walls. You push open the heavy wooden doors and are immediately enveloped in warmth. The air inside smells of polished wood and old varnish, a scent that speaks of history and craftsmanship. The interior is vast, rising 3 stories high with balconies made of dark, rich Selkova wood. The golden light of the lamps reflects off thousands of surfaces, creating a glittering treasure trove. Everywhere you look, there are music boxes. Some are tiny, fitting in the palm of a hand, while others are large, intricate cabinets. There are porcelain dolls, glass angels, and wooden carousels, all waiting to share their songs. You wander through the aisles, moving slowly. The sound in the room is unlike anything you have ever heard. It is not a single song, but a gentle, overlapping tapestry of tinkling sounds. It is the raindrop effect of thousands of delicate metallic notes filling the air. Someone winds a key nearby, and a lullaby begins to play. Further away, another box chimes a classical waltz. The sounds blend together into a soft, shimmering hum that feels like a sonic massage for the mind. You close your eyes for a moment, letting the cascading notes wash over you, smoothing away any lingering thoughts, leaving only peace. Reluctantly leaving the golden warmth of the museum, you step back out onto Sakemachi Street. The afternoon light is beginning to dim, casting long blue shadows across the snow. As you continue your stroll, you pass by the famous glass workshops of Otaru. The windows are filled with vibrant creations, vases of azure and emerald, delicate drinking glasses, and intricate ornaments. Hanging near the entrance of one shop is a row of glass wind chimes. A gentle breeze sweeps down the street, catching the chimes. They dance and sway, creating a sharp and clear clink against the winter silence. The sound is crystalline, pure, and high, ringing out like tiny bells of ice. It is a refreshing, cleansing sound that seems to vibrate in the cool air, bringing a sense of clarity and focus to the present moment. The daylight fades completely now, replaced by the soft glow of street lamps, illuminating the falling snow, which has begun to drift down once more. Your eyelids feel heavy, the sensory richness of the day translating into a deep, physical tiredness. You make your way back to your accommodation, the cold air nipping at your cheeks, making the anticipation of your warm bed even sweeter. Back in your room, you prepare for sleep. You can still hear the faint echo of the music boxes in your mind, a lullaby that followed you home. You slide beneath the heavy duvet, the fabric cool against your skin before your body heat warms it. The room is dark and silent, save for the muffled sound of the wind outside. You visualize the steam clock puffing its white clouds into the sky. You hear the gentle clink of the glass chimes. You feel the warmth of the museum and the raining notes of the melodies. These images swirl together, slower and slower. The tension leaves your shoulders, your back, your legs. You are safe, you are warm, and you are ready to drift away. The city of Otaru continues its silent watch under the snow, guarding your rest as you sink deeper and deeper into a heavy, dreamless sleep. The morning light arrives slowly in Otaru, filtering through the window shades in soft, muted tones of pearl and gray. You stir beneath the warmth of the duvet, feeling a profound sense of restfulness after the deep sleep of the previous night. The room is quiet, a sanctuary of stillness that invites you to wake at your own gentle pace. Outside, the world has been painted fresh with a new layer of snow, smoothing the edges of the rooftops and silencing the streets below. You rise and dress in your warmest layers, preparing for another day of exploration in this harbor city. The air outside is crisp and invigorating, carrying the clean scent of ice and the sea. You make your way through the snowy streets, your boots crunching softly on the packed white path. Your destination this morning is one of the most historic and atmospheric corners of Otaru, a place where the past has been preserved in stone and light. You approach the heavy stone walls of the former fishing warehouses. These structures, built long ago to store the herring catch, now stand as monuments to the history of the city. You step through the entrance of the Katachi glass warehouse, and the atmosphere shifts instantly. The cold air of the street is left behind, replaced by a welcoming warmth and a dim, golden twilight. Inside, you are greeted by a breathtaking sight. The vast interior, with its high ceilings and timber beams, is illuminated not by harsh electric bulbs, but by the soft, flickering glow of oil lamps. There are dozens upon dozens of them, suspended from the ceiling and resting on tables, casting a warm, amber light that dances across the polished wood floors. The air is rich with the nostalgic scent of kerosene and aged timber, a fragrance that evokes memories of a simpler time. You move slowly through the space, your eyes drawn to the hypnotic motion of the flames. Each lamp is a glass masterpiece, the clear chimneys protecting the delicate fire within. The light reflects off the glassware displayed on the shelves, creating a galaxy of tiny stars that sparkle in the semi-darkness. It is a quiet, meditative place. The murmur of other visitors is hushed, absorbed by the vastness of the warehouse. You take a moment to sit, simply watching the way the shadows play against the stone walls, feeling the heat of the lamps radiating toward you, wrapping you in a cozy embrace. As the afternoon begins to wane, you leave the amber glow of the warehouse and step back into the blue light of the winter day. The snow has begun to fall again, large, soft flakes that drift lazily from the sky. You make your way toward the base of Mount Tengu, the silent sentinel that watches over the city. You board the Otaru Tengayama ropeway, stepping into the gondola that will carry you to the summit. As the doors close, the machinery hums to life, a low, steady vibration that signals the beginning of your ascent. The cabin lifts gently from the ground, rising smoothly into the air. Through the large windows, you watch as the buildings of Otaru shrink below you, becoming like toy houses in a model village. The snow floats past the glass like tiny feathers, swirling in the updrafts of the mountain. It feels as though you are floating in a cloud, suspended between the earth and the sky. The ride is peaceful, the only sound the soft wind whistling past the cabin. You watch the birch trees on the mountainside glide by, their bare branches coated in a thick layer of frost, standing like sculptures in a white garden. When you reach the observation deck at the peak, the sun has dipped below the horizon, and the city below has transformed. The twilight deepens into night, and the lights of Otaru begin to twinkle on. From this vantage point, high above the harbor, the view is spectacular. The city is a carpet of glowing jewels, spreading out along the curve of the bay. The streetlights map out the grid of the town, while the lights of ships in the harbor reflect on the dark water of the Sea of Japan. The air up here is thin and cold, but the beauty of the scene keeps you warm. You stand at the railing, breathing in the purity of the mountain air. It is silent up here, far removed from the sounds of traffic or daily life. There is only the wind, the snow, and the shimmering lights below. It is a moment of perfect perspective, seeing the world from a distance, peaceful and interconnected. After drinking in the view, you descend back down the mountain, the city rising to meet you once more. The fatigue of the day begins to settle into your muscles, a comfortable heaviness that signals it is time to rest. You return to your accommodation, the memory of the flickering oil lamps and the mountaintop vista playing in your mind. You change into your sleep clothes, the fabric soft against your skin. The room is warm, a sharp contrast to the mountain air. You turn off the lights, leaving only the faint glow of the street lamps filtering through the curtains. You climb into bed, the pillows sinking beneath your head, supporting your neck and shoulders. You close your eyes, and the images of the day return to comfort you. You smell the kerosene and wood of the old warehouse. You see the golden flames dancing in the glass chimneys. You feel the sensation of floating upward in the ropeway, weightless and free. You see the harbor lights twinkling in the velvet darkness. Your breathing slows, matching the rhythm of the falling snow outside. Each breath takes you deeper into relaxation. The tension in your body dissolves, melting away like snowflakes on warm ground. You are safe. You are at peace. The city of Otaru glows softly in the night, a guardian of your dreams as you drift down into a deep and restorative sleep. The morning light in Otaru is soft and diffused, filtering through the paper screens of your window like a gentle breath. You wake slowly, the warmth of the heavy duvet holding you in a comfortable embrace, while the air in the room carries a hint of the winter chill from outside. It is a fresh, clean cold, the kind that wakes the senses and promises a day of quiet discovery. You stretch, feeling the restorative rest of the night before, and rise to greet the fourth day of your journey in this snow-covered harbor city. After a warm breakfast, you step out into the crisp morning air. The sky is a pale, milky blue, and the snowflakes that fall are large and feathery, landing silently on the shoulders of your coat. Your destination this morning lies near the station, a place known as the Senkaku Market. The name means triangular, referring to the shape of the land and the roof that shelters it. As you enter the narrow arcade of the market, the hush of the snowy street is replaced by a warm, bustling energy. It is a narrow passage, lined on both sides with the bounty of the northern sea. The air here is thick and humid, carrying the savory scent of brine and the rich aroma of steaming crab. Huge pots bubble gently, sending clouds of white steam rising toward the ceiling, wrapping the market in a cozy, flavorful mist. You walk slowly past the stalls, admiring the vibrant colors that contrast with the monochrome world outside. There are bright orange crabs with long, spindly legs, silver fish glistening on beds of crushed ice, and amber rows of salted roe. You stop at a small dining area, settling onto a wooden stool to sample a bowl of fresh seafood. The rice is warm and comforting, topped with delicate slices of sashimi that melt on your tongue, a taste of the ocean that is pure and sweet. It is a simple meal, but one that grounds you, connecting you to the fishermen and the icy waters of the bay. Leaving the warmth of the market behind, you venture toward the Ironidori district. This area feels like stepping back into a different era. The streets are lined with old stone buildings, their facades sturdy and stoic against the elements. These were once banks and trading companies, built during the prosperous days of the herring trade. Now they stand as silent sentinels of history, their stone blocks weathered and textured by time. You turn away from the main road, seeking the muffled quiet of the back alleys. Here, the snow has been left largely untouched, piling up in soft, undulating drifts against the walls. The sound of the city fades away, leaving only the rhythmic crunch of frozen snow under your heavy boots. It is a satisfying sound, a slow, steady cadence that marks your progress through the labyrinth of white. The wind has played its own games here. You notice small, cylindrical shapes scattered across the open patches of snow. They are snow rollers, natural snowballs formed by the wind pushing layers of snow along the ground, rolling them up like carpets. They look delicate, like fragile sculptures crafted by an invisible hand. You pause to admire them, your breath forming small clouds in the stillness. The solitude of the alleyways is profound, a blanket of silence that wraps around you, making you feel as though you are the only person in the world. Your walk leads you to a magnificent stone building, the Tanaka Sake Brewery. It is a historic structure, built more than 100 years ago. Its stone walls designed to insulate the precious liquid inside from the harsh winters and humid summers. You step through the heavy wooden doors, and the atmosphere shifts once again. Inside, the air is cool, but still protected from the biting wind. A distinct aroma greets you, a sweet, yeasty fragrance that feels ancient and earthy. It is the scent of fermenting rice, the soul of sake. You wander through the stone corridors, observing the giant cedar tanks where the mash bubbles and breathes. You learn that the brewing process here is a delicate dance of temperature and timing, guided by the intuition of the brewmasters. You watch the steam rising from the rice being prepared for the koji mold, a process that transforms starches into sugars. The smell is intoxicatingly comforting, like baking bread mixed with the floral notes of fruit. You are offered a small taste of the finished product, a clear, crisp liquid that tastes of snowmelt and melon, warming your chest as it goes down. It is the taste of Otaru itself, born from the pure water of the mountains and the rice of the plains, crafted with patience within these stone walls. As the afternoon light begins to fade, casting long, blue shadows across the snow, you make your way back toward the canal. The gas lamps are just beginning to flicker to life, their pale yellow flames struggling against the encroaching twilight before blooming into steady, golden orbs. The walk back to your accommodation is slow and meditative. The fatigue of the day is a pleasant weight in your legs, a reminder of the miles walked and the sights seen. You return to your room, the sanctuary of warmth waiting for you. You remove your heavy coat and boots, shedding the layers of the day. A hot bath prepares your body for rest, washing away the lingering chill of the stone alleys. Changed into your soft sleep clothes, you extinguish the lights, allowing the room to fill with the soft, ambient glow of the snowy night outside. You climb into bed, pulling the thick covers up to your chin. The mattress supports you, and the pillow cradles your head. You close your eyes, and the sensory details of the day wash over you one last time. You hear the bubbling of the crab pots and the friendly chatter of the market. You feel the crunch of the frozen snow beneath your feet and the stillness of the stone-lined alleys. You smell the sweet, earthy aroma of the brewery, a scent of transformation and time. Your breathing deepens, becoming slow and rhythmic. In and out, in and out. The tension in your shoulders releases. The muscles in your legs relax. You are floating on a cloud of white, drifting over the rooftops of Otaru. The gas lamps below are like stars reflecting on the water. You are safe. You are warm. You are deeply at peace. The snow continues to fall outside, adding layer upon layer of silence to the world, guarding your rest as you sink deeper and deeper into a restful, dreamless sleep. The afternoon sky over Otaru is a canvas of soft slate and pearl, signaling the approach of the early northern twilight. You bundle yourself into your warmest layers, stepping out of the hotel and into the crisp air. Today, your journey takes you away from the bustling canal, and toward the quiet echoes of history along the old Temiya Railway. This path, once the beating heart of Hokkaido's transport, is now a silent corridor of memory preserved for quiet wanderers like you. As you reach the beginning of the trail, the ground beneath your boots feels solid and assured. The railway has long since ceased its industrial clamor, leaving behind a peaceful promenade lined with snow-laden trees. You look down and see the dark, cold steel of the tracks, half buried under a layer of hard-packed ice and fresh powder. They run parallel to your path, black ribbons stretching out into the vanishing point, guiding you forward. You walk slowly, mindful of the slippery patches, enjoying the distinct crunch of the frozen snow that accompanies every step. To your left and right, the city of Otaru continues its daily life. But here on the tracks, time seems suspended. Victorian-style street lamps stand sentinel along the route, their glass housings waiting for the evening ignition. You pause to touch the iron rail where it rises above the snow. It is intensely cold, a grounding sensation that connects you to the earth and the history of this place. You imagine the steam trains that once chugged along this line, carrying coal and timber to the port, their whistles piercing the winter air. Now there is only the sound of your own breath, visible in white puffs before you. Continuing along the gentle curve of the tracks, the path begins to rise, leading you toward the slopes of Temiya Park. The incline warms your muscles, a pleasant exertion against the chill. As you ascend, the trees grow denser, their branches intertwined to form a lattice against the sky. The wind picks up slightly here, no longer blocked by the buildings of the town. It makes a low, whirring sound as it weaves through the pine needles and bare branches of the cherry trees, a natural melody that rises and falls like a deep, slow breath. You reach the site of the Temiya Cave, a sheltered hollow that has watched over this coast for nearly 2,000 years. The entrance is protected, a quiet sanctuary within the park. You step inside the viewing area, shielding your eyes from the glare of the snow outside. On the walls, faint but undeniable, are the ancient carvings of the people who lived here long ago. You trace the shapes with your eyes, seeing figures and symbols etched into the rock. It is a profound stillness that settles over you here, a realization of how many winters have passed over this very spot, how many others have sought shelter from the wind in this exact alcove. Leaving the cave, you climb higher to the lookout point at the crest of the park. The timing is perfect. The sun begins its final descent, not with a fiery blaze, but with a cooling, melancholy beauty typical of the winter north. The light shifts from gray to a deep, fading blue, casting long, violet shadows across the snow-covered slopes. Below you, the port of Otaru spreads out into the dark waters of the Sea of Japan. From this height, the city is a grid of twinkling lights, waking up against the encroaching night. You lean against the railing, listening. Far out in the harbor, the water is choppy and restless. You hear the metallic echo of the distant harbor buoys, a rhythmic, lonely clang that drifts up the hillside. It is a hypnotic sound, steady and unhurried, marking the boundary between the land and the vast, cold ocean. The blue light deepens into indigo. The gas lamps along the railway path you just walked flicker to life, creating a glowing amber necklace through the city. The cold begins to press in, urging you to return to the warmth of the indoors. You take one last look at the horizon, where the sea meets the sky in a blur of darkness, and turn back toward the town. The walk back is easier, guided by the soft illumination of the streetlights. Your body feels heavy, not with exhaustion, but with a deep, satisfied fatigue. You navigate the stone streets, the anticipation of rest growing with every block. When you finally push open the heavy door of your accommodation, the rush of heat is a welcoming embrace. You return to your room, the sanctuary of warmth waiting for you. You remove your heavy coat and boots, shedding the layers of the day. A hot bath prepares your body for rest, washing away the lingering chill of the stone alleys and the high park winds. Changed into your soft sleep clothes, you extinguish the lights, allowing the room to fill with the soft, ambient glow of the snowy night outside. You climb into bed, pulling the thick covers up to your chin. The mattress supports you, and the pillow cradles your head. You close your eyes, and the sensory details of the day wash over you one last time. You feel the cold, solid iron of the railway tracks beneath your fingertips. You hear the whirring of the wind through the pines and the distant, rhythmic clanging of the harbor buoys. You see the ancient carvings standing silent in the cave and the fading blue light of the northern sunset. Your breathing deepens, becoming slow and rhythmic. In and out, in and out. The tension in your shoulders releases. The muscles in your legs relax. You are floating on a cloud of white, drifting over the rooftops of Otaru. The gas lamps below are like stars reflecting on the water. You are safe. You are warm. You are deeply at peace. The snow continues to fall outside, adding layer upon layer of silence to the world, guarding your rest as you sink deeper and deeper into a restful, dreamless sleep.